Finance Committee meeting for September 8th, 2025. Counselor Smith.
Here.
Waltney.
Here.
Allemon.
Here.
Brandt.
Here.
Harden. Here. All here.
We have everybody, all five. Okay, I need to get a motion. Mr. Seeger sent us our minutes, and I need a motion to dispense with the reading and approve those minutes. All right, so moved from Mr. Waltney. Anyone? Second from Mr. Harden. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
That's 5-0. Those are approved. Before we jump into our agenda, I just wanted to do a quick show y'all something. Maddie Keel at the Chamber created a logo for us. Alliance is doing a promotion piece, not really a promotion piece, a visitor's guide specifically focused on the Centennial with the Chamber, and we kind of needed something that we could use. So Maddie came up with this. Actually, I really like it. It's graphical. It's simple. It's got everything on there that you need. So anyway, just wanted to share that with y'all. So yay, Maddie, for doing that. It's always nice when somebody can knock something out and get that off the table. Okay, our first old business item is 030725, bid date set for August 19th, 2025 for the Green Springs Phase 2, coming to us from Bill Smith. And Mr. Smith has a report on that bid opening for us.
We received 4 bids and they were all really close, within like $150,000 of each other, so we feel good about the pricing. The lowest was Gillespie Construction in the amount of $955,729.59. My recommendation is that we award the project to Gillespie. And then also, we got a proposal for CE&I Construction Engineering and Inspection Services from Sane and Associates.
Okay.
So we can have some eyes out there while they're doing this project, for $85,000. And so Glenn and I talked about that, and he agrees, I think, that that would be a great service to have on this project. Gillespie also won the award for the DEI, so they'll be out there at the same time.
Okay.
What's
And
DEI?
The diamonds over
the
here.
Virgin
Oh,
Diamond.
did they really?
And so, first of all, just give us a refresher on exactly what phase 2 of this project is.
So it's the sidewalk, we're moving the curb line in on the east side of Green Springs between Broadway and Lakeshore, and putting in a sidewalk all the way around to Woodmont.
Okay.
And then sort of re-angling the curve at Lakeshore and Green Springs for the right turn lane.
And I can't remember, we're doing crosswalks?
We are doing, yeah,
Crosswalks
we're
as well.
restriping cross.
Restriping the crosswalks
Green
that are,
Springs.
but we're not doing a full all the way across. We're just doing
Not all the way on the east side.
We're doing across Green Springs, and then there's the other one on the other side of
That's right.
Lake Shore that goes to the middle and then crosses. Okay.
And then it's gonna repave all of that where it stopped and phase 1.
Yeah.
And we'll go all
That's
the way
right.
to the bridge.
Okay.
It's a
Which is
yes,
phase.
resurfacing.
Yeah, resurfacing
Yeah.
as well. Okay,
Yeah,
and restriping.
restripe all that.
Okay, awesome.
So there's another thing I want to ask an opinion on that I just thought about as I was getting ready for the budget presentation tomorrow.
Mhm.
We have this project in the budget tomorrow,
Mhm.
but we also have a budget amendment in this resolution.
Yeah,
So if we go forward with that, then we probably just need to pull it out of the budget for next year.
okay.
It's all coming out. It's all coming out of bond money. It's all coming out of the same.
It's all
bucket.
coming out of the same
When it
bucket.
stays this year, then is what
That's
you're
right.
saying. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
And the benefit is what he's already done is, assuming the bond and all of this is being spent, he's reshuffled all the other projects we had in there that you originally saw. So it's been reprioritized based off of what was being bumped out of the bonds. Does that make sense? Because we're taking more bond money to support this project, so the bond money is not there to do the projects we had programmed for next year.
Right, and how much bond money do we have left?
Do we have left?
Yes.
4.2 million.
4.2, and so this is basically gonna take a little over $1 million.
That's right.
Out of that pot.
And there's already about 700,000 that's also
Already identified for.
already encumbered
Right.
and we've got to pay.
Yeah, for other
Right,
projects.
it's gonna be carried over into next year, so we really have like 3.5, and you'll see that tomorrow, but this is $1 million of that.
Yeah, right, okay. All right, so will this, Mike, will this require, since we're approving two different resolutions, one for
One has to be on
saying
the contract,
and one for.
saying is separate.
Okay, okay. That would require two, and what is their, expected timing? When do they think they're probably gonna get?
I mean, they
Started.
are ready to start in October.
Okay.
I mean, as soon as it gets approved next week, we'll write the notice to proceed, we'll get everything signed, and
Okay, all right.
they'll go.
All right, so, that's gonna be two different, motions. One, to approve the contract or awarding the bid to Gillespie Construction for 955, 729.59. That's the first motion.
I'll make that motion.
All right. Motion from Mr. Brandt, second from Mr. Gwaltney. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, 5-0, that is approved. And then the second motion is to approve, an agreement with Sane and Associates for $85,000 for construction and engineering oversight on that project.
I'll make that motion.
All right, motion from Mr. Harden, second from Mr. Alman. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, that's 5-0, that is approved as well. Okay, this next item, and if you have strong eyes, you might notice that there's two items that have this number. 170825, request for consideration of business license penalty waiver for Southeast Veterinary Partners, coming to us from our city clerk, Mr. Sechrist. I was in Mr. Sechrist's office earlier, preparing for the meeting and getting all this background information when he got a call from the group, from the guy that he has been communicating with at Southeast Veterinary Partners. They have already given us a check. They remitted a check, I think, before at our last committee meetings, they had already done that. But he called to tell Mr. Sechrist that they appreciated the fact that they had been so kind to them and worked with them so well, and they were rescinding the request for a waiver. So, for this item, I would need a motion to drop.
Just for clarification,
Yes.
how much was that check for? How far behind?
300.
300 and something.
310.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm confused a little bit. I think they owed us 310 because we misbilled them or something.
Well, no, so they had been paying the wrong amount for their business license.
That's not true.
For 40, yeah.
Okay,
They
I'm
have
just
been,
trying to
yeah,
understand
yeah,
it.
okay, so first of all, they didn't pay use tax at all. There was $163,646.36 of use tax that had never been paid
Right.
at all.
Okay.
And then their business license had been being paid at a lower rate than what it should have been. It should have been based on their payroll, but they had just been paying the base amount. So I can't remember the number of that, but it was in 100 and something, that they had not paid the correct amount for their, so basically what Bo talked to them about was, we're not gonna charge any kind of penalties or interest on the fact that you didn't pay the right amount for your thing, because that was our error. And that's essentially what he said. He goes, we appreciate y'all not penalizing us for paying the wrong amount for our business license. And he said, going forward, we're gonna pay the right amount going
So
forward.
they wanted us at one point to waive that $300-something thousand.
Yes, that was
That's
the
what I
original
thought.
request, but then they submitted the check, and then they just said that they rescinded that request.
Oh,
So-
that's pretty respectable. A lot
Yeah.
of
Yes.
companies can't do that.
Yes, no, it was very, they, was good look.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, so a motion to drop would be acceptable for this.
Motion to drop.
Okay. Motion to drop from Mr. Gwaltney, second from Mr. Alman. All in favor, please say aye. Aye, that is dropped. Okay. That brings us to our new business agenda. Our first is item is 160825, request to authorize the city manager to sign a change order number 1 for Gossett Construction, coming to us again from Mr. Smith. And you wanna tell us what this one is about? 'Cause I think this has to do with some, I don't know.
Yeah,
what
this
to do.
was the fence on Kenilworth. So they built the fence like they quoted it the first time, which was an easier fence to build.
Right.
And then the
they had to
homeowner
add-
asked us to extend it, which was a much more they had to rent an auger, like with an arm, and had to go down, and so it was a whole big thing. And they did it successfully, and they finished the project, but we authorized that in the field.
So we need to.
So this is the paperwork to clean some of that up.
Okay.
Is that the homeowner's responsibility to pay?
No, that was us, because we tore down all their trees.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we, a long time ago, we approved putting a fence there to give them privacy, because without those trees, you could literally like just look down into the back of those folks' houses. But I don't know if you've been to the intersection of Ridge and Kenilworth recently, there's a big old fence there now.
It looks
It does, and it has all of our signage on it that tells, it has the mirror that allows you to see down the street. It's got all the things. So anyways, yes, that's what this is.
I'll make
So-
it, oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Did they just not want to go back with landscaping?
So they have landscaping also, but it's gonna take years for it to grow back. he didn't wanna wait years.
Fence is a maintenance problem long-term.
So what I imagine and what we've discussed is that when that fence, you know, sort of dissolves in 10 or 20 years, it will everything will be grown in by that point.
Yeah.
And so we may not
Take
replace the
away.
fence.
Okay, that's a great idea.
Just
Okay.
take it down.
I'll make a motion.
Okay. All right, motion to approve from Mr. Brown, second from Mr. Brown. I don't know what that was, Mr. Brown. Second from Mr. Alamont. All in favor, please say aye. Aye, 5-0. That is approved. And then 170825 is, this is the second item with that 17 number. Request permission for the city manager to sign a contract with Gossett Construction for the removal of 2 parking spaces at Patriot Park, coming to us from Mr. Wolverton. It appears to me that these are the 2 parking spaces closest to the crosswalk across from Neighbors ice cream shop. So, Mr. Wolverton, what is,
I mean, it goes into the, what?
I'm confused. What is this about? Why are we taking out parking spaces?
So, Mr. Smith and Councilor Alman and I have been talking about this issue for a while. And this was something that was a potential improvement over safety in the intersection here. We had some funding that was set aside for this general area. Last year, there was discussion, you know, before putting something on the agenda about changing to, changing the parking orientation. Obviously, the issue becomes then you're diverting traffic potentially back into the neighborhood, depending on which way you orient the stalls. You're gonna lose parking no matter what you do. So Mr. Smith could share more with you about, you know, this potential solution.
I guess what Andrew came to me with was that we would take away the 2 spaces where the black car is and the one closest to the sidewalk is. So pedestrians could see better, that cars wouldn't be blocking their visibility. But like Berkeley and I discussed, that's gonna be 2 parking spaces that you lose right there at the park. And that, we've talked about that crosswalk many times since there was an accident there. But there are rapid flashing beacons. I would assume that if those are used, that vehicles would stop.
I mean, I was.
It is a high traffic area, very
I was
busy
there-
after school.
I was there after school the other day, and there were multiple kids crossing that crosswalk, and they were doing exactly what they were supposed to do. They were pressing the flashing beacons, and people were stopping. I mean, I know that's not maybe always gonna be I'm not a big fan of taking away parking
Okay.
spaces, to be
There's
honest.
a bunch of parking.
And I'll say,
I'm not on the committee, but I wanted to say this. Maybe, I don't know, is there a monitor or person there, or is it just the?
No.
Crossing.
Okay. I just don't wanna see the parking go, but maybe some kind of temporary things like for during that time of day. Like maybe,
Cause there's
you
a
know-
police officer at the intersection, at the pool intersection, he stays up there to direct the traffic at that intersection. I don't know if there's some way for us to,
Another thing that we discussed was moving the crosswalk further down where it actually ties into a sidewalk. But I still feel like children are gonna run out of the playground and cross right there.
yeah, I think you need to have a crosswalk there because of the proximity to that playground right there.
How old is that? Is that crosswalk need to be repainted?
Yes, it looks like it does.
I mean,
I mean, I don't know how old that aerial is, but
there,
I think it was repainted recently.
yeah.
I was gonna say, they've been repainting a lot of crosswalks.
2 years old.
And they repaint that quite frequently, they do a great job in trying to maintain that. You know, I'll say that we're trying to look for solutions, right?
Yeah.
And-
Yeah.
And I don't think I have enough information as to the actual increase in safety by removing those 2 spots. I'll say that, right? And so that's my biggest thing, like, I don't know how you measure that.
1 plus
like,
1 and
what-
yeah.
Right, like in terms of increasing safety. One thing we had thought about was angled parking, but that's a whole different thing, and then you would lose parking. You would lose
you would
spots there.
lose the same number of
You would-
spots.
But
Right.
at least in that scenario, you did something to, because to me, the issue is not only the crosswalk, it's the whole street is difficult to navigate, to get out of, right? Because of the way, you have to be very careful pulling out of
Yes.
every parking spot there.
Yeah, on either side.
So I think if we were to do angled parking, I would be more willing to lose a parking space because we did something different
Right.
But we
Made
still haven't
change.
increased enough of the security
Right.
or safety piece of it, from my perspective, to,
Yeah.
just to take them out, just to increase, I mean, not just to increase liability, we want to increase liability, but how much is it actually increased by taking 10 seconds extra to be like, hey?
Right. I mean, I will say this, like a 6-year-old crossing a street, I'm not sure them, a car being there or not being there is gonna necessarily be the thing that keeps them safer. I mean, I was very impressed with the kids that did it yesterday, and they clearly maybe have been talking to them at Hall Kent about pushing the button and
Look,
getting the
yes.
flashing.
I mean, to be fair,
Yeah.
I've championed this intersection, this issue for a number of years. So to be fair, Kale and I have had a dialogue, Carlos and I and Kale have had dialogues over a year or so about some of that. That's how some of this funding was set aside. We brought it up as a question. The recollection that Mr. Smith had was that angled parking wasn't as ideal because, again, if you orient it this way, you're gonna lose a couple spots, but you're also gonna, when people are
Everybody's
backing
going
out,
that way.
everybody's gonna be entering deeper into the neighborhood then.
Right.
And so then it changes traffic and congestion and that sort of thing as well. If you put a long bed truck, and there's plenty of them, or a big SUV in these two last stalls, it's very hard to see a kid that stands right there.
Well, could we create
Listen,
a compact parking?
all I'm saying is I asked if this would be something that would be, you know, that would potentially improve things. And the next thing I know, it was put on the agenda. I asked Mr. Smith if that was the case. He said yes, and then he apparently spoke to Berkeley, and Berkeley was concerned about losing parking. Again, I understand losing parking. Parking's a premium. We talk about it all the time. We do have a bunch of parking, 50 yards up the street at the pool as well. So all I'm saying is that this was not my idea necessarily as the fix-all, but when I proposed it to Kale, then it was put on the agenda. So that's where we are. And so he did suggest that it would help with visibility, which is
Can I just
which
one
is an
last
issue
thing?
here.
Yes, please.
Oh, yeah.
And then-
It's just I think a solution based on the last statement about longer vehicles, just having
Compact cars
a
only.
compact cars only kind of signage.
Yeah.
At those two.
You could just paint it on the.
Okay, was that your comment, Walter?
Yeah, well, I mean,
Okay.
you see
That's
signs
it.
for compact cars.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, all the time. Yeah. Okay.
You can paint it on the curb.
Oh, you paint it on the curb or
I was thinking,
put a
could you
sign.
cut the curb a little bit, cut in and just give yourself another foot or so onto that.
Right, just based on the statement you made,
Park
at
is
least
gonna
that's
dump on
something
me.
to
Yeah.
reduce the
Yes,
large
that's all I'm
vehicles.
asking.
That's-
It
that's
just
easy.
sounds like I'm getting thrown under the
That's
bus.
easy.
Okay.
This was.
Okay,
that's-
all good.
that's-
All right, we're good. All right. Good
I like
comments.
compact.
I like it. I like it. I like a solution.
What are we gonna
All
do
right.
when Walter's not here with his ideas?
So,
Mr. Elmore.
so the question is, do we need to, Mr. Smith, should we, in the interest of investigating this, what if the thought that Mr. Allemine just made the suggestion, what if we put up a sign that said compact cars only in those two spaces and even painted it on the curb and had a sign, like 2 different places? Would that effectively,
Mr. Squires go with that? Would that be
yeah,
Berkeley?
Berkeley, does that
What do you
sound?
think about a compact car sign?
Yeah, that's fine. And my thing was if one space, but I just didn't wanna lose two. I mean, we're so tight right there anyway. But yeah, I would prefer to try the compact first and let's see if that wouldn't work.
Let's do that.
Okay.
I mean, if you look at the parking across the street, one would make it line up with the parking across the street.
My
roughly, too.
concern's always been, and I told Randy this, when they first put that in, cause you've got
Goes
one
in the
up
driveway.
there and then one down at the other end down here, was that one always, it goes off into an area that eventually, I always thought they were gonna put parking lot in. So it dives right into a parking lot where cars are coming directly out and in eventually. And that was always our concern, was
But it's a residential lot.
coming through like that.
I think it's a backyard.
It's currently a
Well,
residential
that
lot.
part, but there is once it turns, it could potentially, but they never did that.
Well, the lot off to the left here is actually residential from the street, the home on Raleigh,
That's
so
correct.
it doesn't belong to the commercial
That's where
strip.
Smithville owns that.
Golf cart maybe?
I mean,
What about, where's handicap parking?
It's
down
further
down,
close to the
further down.
sidewalk.
Make that a handicap spot.
And,
The more affluent West Homewood gets.
but the only problem with that is when you get a lot of vans and stuff.
Yeah, they have to be wider.
You try-
Those spaces are down
The
there.
better you can, the smaller you can put it, the easier it is for people to see. So I think we try the compact first, I mean, and then if it doesn't, we come back and.
Yeah,
and
let's try it.
Try
Let's-
a different
let's-
option.
Let's
And
make
let me
it-
ask you a question, why does it have to be two? Why not just one
That will
visibility?
help, yeah.
I mean, for two spaces, why not just one?
For the compact cars?
Or anything,
Golf
yeah,
carts.
yeah, the request was for.
It's West Homewood, they can't afford it.
All right, let's,
Yeah.
wow, that was rude.
Wow.
You're gonna get banned, man.
So, ignoring that part, I think, because the visibility really is only about crossing that one, the park, right?
Right there?
Maybe we just do it
Yeah,
there.
why not just one?
Okay.
Why does that have to be two?
I agree.
It's just a visibility concern.
But,
That's-
I mean, they'd be crossing from that side. On the other side, you have that already green space from the,
Right,
from the
no, we
neighbor
were-
side.
Yeah, what was suggested was the.
Oh, the two with the black
on
cars.
the right-hand side.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, why is it two?
Just, if you come visualize it and you put two big trucks in those parking
Yeah, no, I agree.
stalls, you'll see.
But no.
You put two over there.
Now it's
All
gonna
right,
compare.
okay, so, all right, so, does everybody feel comfortable, well, somebody's gonna need to make a motion, but does it feel like the attempt to start with would be to have a compact cars only sign for those two end spaces, and maybe have it painted on the curb as well, so, or maybe even painted in the space, cause I've seen that some places where it actually is on the asphalt, so that you can't miss it. And let's see how this goes and see if it improves things, and then if we need to come back and do something different, I probably won't be here.
You're on your own.
Counselor Smith, can I just make one quick comment?
Sure,
I think
sure.
it's related to something Marcus said previously, which is, when we look at this, I don't think there's any changes to the ordinance, but just for flag, for traffic engineering, for the future repainting, I mean, that looks like an angle crosswalk, and it looks like there's no reason it couldn't be straight across, which would be possibly, help people stay within the crosswalk in a shorter distance. Is there?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it also lands in the dumpster if it's
Right,
bad, which
right.
is problematic.
It is problematic, but I mean, if it's gonna do that either way, just possibly looking at straightening it, just wanted to.
And I'm pretty
reference
sure
that.
it's been restriped since this photo.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it has,
And I
it's been
don't know
recent,
what it is.
it looked
Yeah.
very.
It's it's a
So no need
relatively
to do it
straight.
immediately, just down the road.
It is
just
relatively
keep
straight.
doing it.
It's relatively straight across the street. Right
Okay.
now.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to create signage for compact cars, the two spots we discussed, and then we can the next council can reevaluate whether it's effective or not.
100%, yes. Okay, I have a
Second.
motion, from Mr. Almond, a second from Mr. Harden, all
If you
in
want to
favor,
ticket them, it's gotta be an ordinance.
please say, oh, yeah, it has to be an ordinance.
If you want to ticket them,
Right, yeah, right, yeah, okay, so it has, it will be an ordinance when we approve that in council. Motion for Mr. Almond, second for Mr. Harden, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, all right,
I need some help on that.
okay,
I need to somehow to define where these two spaces are gonna be.
it's the two spaces closest to the curb and the side, and
On the park side.
the park side.
That's not the way.
I can send you a map.
Yeah, I've got a map. Wait.
Here, Brian's got it right here. Those two right there.
Pavement, not a sign.
Those two
It needs
that
to
are in
put
red.
something with the document.
Okay. All right.
Somebody send me this.
I can get you something.
All right, and then now we are to 180825, request for consideration of the Birmingham Bowl sponsorship coming to us from me. This is the same thing that we have done for several years. We have a sponsorship in their media guide that they give out to all of all of the guests that come to the thing. It is a small thing that directs people to our website and allows people to, and I believe at some point we talked about this with the chamber, we do typically get guests that are coming for the Birmingham Bowl who end up staying
In the
at our
hotels.
hotels and using our restaurants and things. It is a cost of $1,198. We do get tickets and a parking pass, 2 tickets and a parking pass to the game, which typically come to me, and I will be passing them along to the future people. So that is the request, and it just requires us to sign an agreement with the Birmingham Bowl folks.
Motion for approval.
All right, motion from Mr. Gwaltney for approval. Second from Mr. Brandt. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
5-0, that is approved.
Alabama will be there this year.
Wow.
Ooh.
It's on a
I guess
roll.
I won't make a bowl.
Okay, we have one final thing, that is actually not on our agenda, and we're gonna actually need someone to, add this from the floor on Monday night as an agenda item, but we're gonna go ahead and let Mr. Sims talk to us about it, because, there is a bit of time sensitivity involved here, so we want everybody to understand what we're talking about. So this is eventually gonna be item number 030925, request to authorize the city manager to sign two 3-year contracts with ThinkGard to replace the city's existing data backup and disaster recovery solutions, coming to us from our IT director, Mr. Sims. Take it away.
Thank you. And they actually condensed that down to a single contract.
Oh, okay.
Earlier today, so.
Oh, nice.
So I'm here to talk about the ThinkGard solution because it is involving one of the questions that keeps IT directors awake at night, and that is the fact that no matter how many layers of security or redundancy you put in place, there is always the potential for something to drastically go wrong, for something to get through, and you really are only as good as your backup plan, your ability to recover in the event that something goes wrong. The current solution that we have now is one that has proven itself in real time to not perform as advertised. We actually had an incident. It was fortunately a minor incident, but earlier in the year we lost some data because the backup appliance basically just would not restore. And when we called the support team, we went about 72 hours with them only coming back and saying, we don't know why it wouldn't work. Justin was thankfully able to finagle some stuff and get our data back out of it, but it was kind of the nail in the coffin for me in terms of going, this solution for me isn't as robust as I would like it to be. The main things that I'm looking to resolve with this new solution is, one, I'd like to bring down our recovery point objectives for our critical servers. Right now, the current solution is formatted in a way to where it really is only built for you to do a daily backup, which causes problems in and of itself for critical servers and things that are constantly writing that you don't want to have that big of a gap on trying to restore from. In addition to that, the amount of data that we have as a total city, if we're waiting one time a day to try to upload that, sometimes we have backups that will run for 16, 17 hours. So that means that if something happens in that gap, you're already starting your emergency off 2 days behind. So that's, needless to say, that's an issue. In addition to that, I think that with us being such a lean team, it would be a much better idea for us to have a solution that is co-managed, a solution where we have people who are watching over the backups, looking for errors and instances, testing the backups for recoverability, and ensuring that not only do we see a green check mark and it says, yeah, your data's there, but actually pulling that out, doing a test run, making sure that the virtual machines will restore into a live environment, and provide us with just that peace of mind that we know that if something happens, we can get our stuff back. In addition to that, this solution provides us with the ability to where if something truly tragic happens, so if we were to be hit with ransomware and our servers were completely inaccessible, we could redirect our firewalls, our network to their data center and run from our backups in their data center in real time. So it gives us the ability to keep the city running while we restore things on the ground. This is a company called ThinkGard. I've actually looked at 3 different companies, and ThinkGard came in approximately about $20,000 cheaper annually than the other two solutions that we were looking at. And so I'd like to go ahead and enter into an agreement with them. The reason that I'm coming forth at this time is because it came to my attention the other day that the current solution will renew like at the very tip of October, and there's about a 2-week lead time to get the appliance in for the new one. And so I would prefer that we be able to sign this so that we don't have a gap in when we have our backup coverage.
Mary, that's what I have, ThinkGard.
You have ThinkGard, okay.
Are you saying that ThinkGard, instead of backing up once a day, it's continuously backing up?
So the great part about ThinkGard is that we can adjust our schedule anywhere between 24 hours as low as 5 minutes for critical servers. We probably won't do 5 minutes, that's a little overkill, and it would be tough on the local appliance. But what we're looking at is most likely 30 minutes to an hour for the most critical servers, and then 4 or ish hours for middle tier servers, and then we can still do once a day for servers that are, you know, if we get it back in a couple days, it's fine.
Okay.
Mr. Simmons, so you said this appliance is here where is it stored?
So we will have an appliance here, but then we will also replicate to multiple cloud.
Perfect. Also want to make sure there was an offsite option.
Another thing that I really like about this solution, and it was not apparent in at least one of the other solutions we took a look at, is that it provides 24/7, 365 managed coverage that does not cost us anything to leverage it. So if we have to call and get help with restoring anything or getting the services running, they don't charge us for that assistance. Additionally, in the contract, it says we can run up to, it's either 20 or 30 days without additional fees from their data center. So if we were to get hit with ransomware, that gives us a 20 to 30 day leeway to get things recovered here on the ground before we start incurring any additional charges for those services. And lastly, it gives us a group, a partner that will be intimately aware of how our environment works and able to perform the restore even in the event that Justin or myself is unavailable, or, you know, worst case scenario, we have a huge force majeure type scenario, maybe incapacitated, right? We're in a situation where Glenn has to call them and go, hey, Brandon got hit by a bus, but we need our stuff back, you know? So.
Right when an earthquake comes.
Yeah.
So what is the total amount of the contract for everybody? Because I know it's kind of broken into pieces, but just a round number, it doesn't have to be exact.
Yeah, give me 1 second here. I'll pull it for you. So it's, the total amount for the contract is about $60,000 annually.
Okay.
And that's to cover both the server backups as well as the backup and archiving of our Office 365 environment. So OneDrive, Teams, all our SharePoint sites, things of that nature.
Okay. And again, this is not an agenda item yet. It will be added to the script for Mr. Jones on Monday night.
What's the number?
It is going to be 030925. And that will be added to Mr. Jones's script to be added to other new business on Monday night. And I will not be here Monday night, but I think Mr. Allman, you're not going to be here Monday night either, are you? Isn't that right?
This Monday night, I will be here.
Oh, you will be here. Okay. Oh, it's the next week.
It's the following.
Okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
Brandon, are you, how much are we paying right now for this other one?
It will be, I can tell you.
I mean, if we renewed that one, what would we give them?
So total for both the server and the backup appliance, we're looking at, I want to say it's about a $40,000 increase.
Okay,
over what
so
we're
it's
paying.
about $20,000 more to use this one.
Correct.
Okay.
All right, so just be on the lookout for that item to be on the other new business agenda for Monday night. Thank you, Mr. Sims.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Thank you, Brandon.
And then finally, there is an item on the table, 080525, which is a request for consideration to declare surplus the property at 1833 29th Avenue South, our former police station. I believe this is probably doesn't need to be on the table anymore. If if anybody would like to move to take it off and get rid of it.
Motion to take 0805-25 off the table.
Second.
All right, motion to take it off the table for Mr. Gwaltney and seconded by Mr. Allen. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Motion to drop.
Motion to drop for Mr. Gwaltney.
Second.
Second for Mr. Allen. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye,
Aye.
that is dropped and no longer on the table. And with that, with no further agenda items, we are adjourned.